Hey, hey. Now, அவர் கர்நாடகத்தில் வந்து தமிழில் பேசுகிறாங்க, இவர் ஹரியானாலேருந்து வந்து இங்கிலீஷில் பேசுகிறாங்க. நான் அஞ்சு மாநிலங்கள்லேருந்து வந்திருக்காங்க மக்கள். நிறைய பேர் வெளிநாட்டிலேருந்து இருக்கிறாங்க. அதனால யாருக்கு புரியாத மாதிரி இங்கிலீஷில் பேசுகிறேன். So, namaskaram to all of you. And Tulassimati, if you want to rob somebody, rob her because she's got kilograms of gold and silver. Maybe in a few years she'll reach a ton. And Virendra Shivak, fondly known to everybody as Viru. Were you in the Sholay movie? Oh, you know the guy. So he is always busy sending the ball beyond the boundary, and this guy is busy sending the batsman beyond the boundary. You know that. And SPB sir, one of the prominent industrialists in Coimbatore city, a doyen of business in this city, and who's been an unwavering support for Isha for many, many years. And Mariappan, with high jump. Most of you can jump 3 feet, I know that. Look at him, wonderful. And all of you, the participants of various different games, and I saw the rural dancers, all the ladies, who were nearly 1,000 of them, and about 1,500 women doing Rangoli competition, 500 men participating in the Silambu competition. Well, above all, what Gramotsavam means is to celebrate the populace or the people of rural Bharat, which, as SVB sir was saying, at one time the most vibrant economy on the planet. But last few hundred years, we went through a very bad time for whatever reasons. When things go wrong with your life or whatever, don't find excuses. Just see what's the solution. Excuses will make you sleep. For whatever reasons, things went bad for the country. So in this economic downturn, also hyped up various social problems. The nature of human existence is such, unfortunately, if there are 2 glasses of water, you and me will drink. But if there's only 1 glass of water, we will fight. Hello? So it's very important. Economic prosperity is extremely important to bring social cohesiveness. Otherwise, shortages lead to conflict. So this is what has happened to us as a nation. In the last 300 years, people caused serious economic distress to us in a planned way and moved the entire industry and the trading out of this nation, for which it bred so many problems. What was once a 100% literate country, at the time of independence, we were 93% illiterate in a matter of 300 years. So we have taken a lot of beating, worst kind of beating that any civilization has taken. But in 75 years, we have done many incredible things in the country and in the world. We are looking at Mars and the sun. There are many things to life. There is material ingredient to everything that we do. There is intelligence, there is competence, strength, but all these things will fire, all these things will work for us only when we are spirited. If there is no spirit, doesn't matter how much money you have, how much intelligence you have, how much wealth you have, we can't build something. So Gramotsavam was an effort to raise the rural spirit. And from a very modest event, today it's come to this place where it's across 5 states and a union territory, involving lakhs of people in terms of participants, spectators and various other aspects. So, this is not enough. We want this to happen from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So those of you who are winners of whatever games you played, you're very happy. Next time we're going to bring tough competition for you. So just prepare yourself. The level of games that you're playing may not be enough next year. Next Gramotsavam will be much steeper in terms of competition. One of the greatest things in human life is, in any aspect of life, if you can stretch yourself beyond the limitations you think are yours, there is a great sense of joy, there is a great sense of liberation that you crossed a boundary. I'm not talking about you. Well, this guy is, I don't know how many hundreds, I can't count, so many hundreds, double hundreds, triple hundreds. Well, I think the only other player, if I'm correct, I'm not good on stats, but I think the only other player who has a few of those records that you have is Brian Lara. I golf with him, Bradman also. But Bradman is maybe a great player, but it's another time where things were very different. I played golf with Brian and he gave me a ball, a golf ball with 365, huh? No, the first match, his debut match, he scored 365 runs. So he wrote 365 on the ball and signed it and gave me, it's still with me. So, Virendra Sehwag and Venkatesh Prasad have brought many accolades to the country and also still participating in the game. Venkatesh has been an effective coach for India team and the junior team, under-19 team also. It's great to see that the legends of the game are still engaged with the youth in whatever capacity they can and still guiding and inspiring people This is what is most important, that once you reach the prime of whatever you're doing, it's most important that you prepare the next generation to do not as well as you, but better than you. This is most important. This is progress. When we ensure that the next generation in some way is better than us, that is progress. So, Gramotsavam involves various aspects, the rural music, the rural arts and various other things which have died down very badly, which have lacked support, which have lacked sponsorship or any kind of platform for them to exercise. I'm saying just the Rangoli competition, just look back and see. One generation ago, there was no woman in India who could not make Rangoli just freehand. Today you ask our city girls of Bharat, they will need a template. Now, all these things are not just about culture. All these things have something to do with your inner development. When you do certain things intricately, above all, when you do certain things with absolute involvement, life enhances itself. There is no aspect of life which will thrive. There is no human being who will thrive without absolute sense of involvement. But the Sevak has a problem, shall I… the secret he already said, otherwise I wouldn't have said it, I only joked with him. So the first time I was having a conversation with him and it was being recorded, and I was asking him that, what do you do when you're playing to keep your focus? Then he said, when he hits a ball and then before the next ball comes, because there's a little time gap where batsman has to keep himself focused, you will see most of the batsmen will go do gardening, they adjust their groin pad, adjust their pad, everything is in place but they keep adjusting. All this is simply some way not to unnecessarily think about something else. When I asked him, what do you do? He said, I sing a song, and the song was, Chala jata hu. Tamil people understand what I'm saying? நான் போயிடுவேன்னு பாடுறாங்க. நான் சொன்னேன், ஐயோ அந்த பாட்டு பாட வேண்டாம், வேற ஏதோ பாடலாம். நான் போயிடுவேன்னு சொன்னேன், எப்படி பேட்டிங்ல இருக்கணுங்க, போகக்கூடாது, போல அவரை, பட் அப்படி பாட்டு பாடலாம். So, it's very important that when we do something, whatever it is, small, big, there is no such thing. If you think what you're doing right now is small, please understand the statement that you're making is your life is small. Don't do that. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. You're sweeping the floor or you're sweeping the ball to the boundary. It's a big thing that you're doing right now. Because if you think it is small, your life will become small. Involvement. It's involvement which creates an evolution, an active, dynamic evolution of who you are. Where there is no involvement, it will not happen. Whatever celebrated sports people that you think of, many names in the world, I've been closely interacting with Tom Brady in the United States, and he's one of the greatest football quarterbacks in the United States, and the amount of pain and training and sacrifices that are there, the stardom is only once in a way when you come in front of media. The amount of sacrifice, pain, daily what you go through to get to that place is incredible. When somebody stays on that sphere for 20-25 years, almost entire life is gone in this pain, physical pain, every kind. So you need to understand, You can go through that striving only when there is a profound sense of devotion to what you're doing. If you're not devoted to what you're doing, nothing phenomenal will ever happen in your life. Devotion does not mean going to the temple, going to the mosque or going to the church. That is just one thing. There you can close your eyes and people think you're praying, you can be doing chala jata hu. People don't know. Hello? But the significance of a game is that when you hit the ball, if you think about something else, the ball will hit you. It's as simple as that. If you want to hit the ball, whichever ball, whatever game, you have to be involved. That is the most beautiful aspect of the game, that it will not spare anybody. It doesn't matter what reputations you have, what kind of names you have. If you are not involved in that moment, it will punish you immediately. What's that? Am I correct? So, 4-0-0, they may be doing in one match. Next match, a little not involved, 0 only. Yes, this is the nature of the game, any game for that matter. Because it will punish you immediately if there is no involvement. In a sport, it is visible. But this is absolutely true with every aspect of your life. That if you are not involved, immediately life will punish you. But it may not be so dramatic as getting out and going and sitting in the stadium, but it's happening to you every day. Where you're not involved, life is hitting you in the face in so many ways. But you think it's because of the stars. No, it's lack of your involvement that things don't work. Life does not go the way you want because your involvement is off and on. This off and on involvement has come because you have decided in your mind what is important and what is not important. You must get this out of your head. There is nothing in this life that is not important. Everything is important. You eat, is it important? Oh, I asked the wrong question. You eat, is it important? That you breathe, is it important? If you're not involved in this, that means you think it's not important. If you think it's not important, I would say you must stop it. Hello? And it does stop in some way. You breathe, but you're not alive. You eat, but you're not vibrant, simply because lack of involvement. So today we are facing a situation in the world where like never before people are sick. Like never before, food supply on the planet is better organized than ever before. In the history of humanity, food was never organized as well as it is today. Even 2 generations ago, this is not possible. Today, all you have to have is just a little money, you go to the store, food is ready. This was not the case 100 years ago. If you have to get your food, there was a whole lot of work to do. Hello? You understand what I'm saying? Today you open your tap and water comes in your house. Just some time ago, if you have to get a bucket of water, you had to walk 2 kilometers and get water and walk back. Today I'm asking, how many youth, leave the older people, how many youth are even capable of carrying 2 buckets of water 2 kilometers and bring it home? So this, we must understand, we have come to a place in 21st century where we are the most comfortable generation ever. Still unfortunately, some parts of the world are in war or famine or something. Still unfortunately, a certain population is still left out. We have to change that, but I'm saying at least for all of you, in the same village where you're living today, if you lived in this village 100 years ago, the amount of work you had to do just to organize your food on a daily basis was extraordinary. Today, it's better organized than ever before, but the number of ailments in the world has multiplied. multiplied like anything. Physical ailments for one reason or the other. One reason is you're not playing a game. Yes? And now, all the experts in the world are warning you, in the next 15 to 25 years, there will be a mental health pandemic. That means you're not only physically weak and unwell, you'll also be crazy. How's this? Hello? That means you're getting a PhD. Yes, the psychological disorder I'm talking about. This is coming in such a scale, it's hard to believe that so many people, every 40 seconds, one human being is committing suicide on the planet. Some responsible scientists are saying, by 2045, 20% of the human population can commit suicide. Why would anybody want to take their own life? They're not able to manage themselves. People think it's because of financial situation, because love affair broke, because this and that. No, essentially, you are not able to manage your own intelligence. It turns against you and tortures you in ways that are impossible to bear. When your own intelligence starts see, if somebody is poking you, you can fight them, you can push them away, or you can run away, you can do something. When your intelligence starts poking you from within, where do you run? Wherever you run, it pokes you. The more you run, the more it pokes you. And it will become so unbearable, people will begin to feel that it's better to die. The most precious thing and the only thing that we have is life. What do you say? No, you look like you're not very life. You may think you have money, you may think you have wealth, you may think you have family, this, that, but the only thing that you have is life. If I just 5 minutes, if I take away your memory, you have no wealth, you have no bank balance, you have no family, you have no nothing. Only thing you have is life. Because there is life and we value it, we try to add some accessories so that this will be wonderful. You are gathering money, wealth, family, this, that, whatever, only because you think it'll enhance your life. If it's going to take your life, you must at least take sannyas, hello? If your business, if your marriage, if your wealth, if your children are going to take away your life, it's better you take sannyas, you're not fit for juggling so many balls. Sannyas means only one ball. Just learn to do lot of tricks with one ball, only one ball. If you have multiple balls, you must be much more competent to do many things. But when some ball falls off, if you are going to… it's going to break your heart and your mind, you should not be going there, all right? So for all this, the most important thing is the human spirit, that no matter it goes up, it goes down, it really flies or it dives down and crashes, whatever the hell happens in your life, to go on with joy, you need a spirit. This is why Gramotsavam. I said spirit. If I say spirit, some people not here, but there they are saying, still the test mark has not opened, Sadhguru. I don't know what time they open, but I'm saying, if life, your life, the life that you are, if it's less than anything that you possess, you have not realized the value of your life. If your life is less than the wealth that you own, if your life is less than the money that you possess, if your life is less than any damn thing that you have, that means you have not realized the value of what it is. So, a sport, a simple game, well, they're playing like competition, it's fine. The important thing is, see, no matter what you do, you can't beat somebody. You can only raise yourself to your fullest possibility. This guy was saying, I'll chala jata hu, but he didn't go. If the opposition teams knew he's singing chala jata hu, they would be jumping in joy. You didn't tell them loudly. And anyway, most of the time they were playing foreign teams, they wouldn't understand. So, it's okay. But I'm saying, it doesn't matter what you're doing. What you do, at what level you do things is not the point. How you do it is the point. I think in many ways, all the participants, the spectators, volunteers, the organizers, the referees, everybody has set an incredible example of how to do it. What we are doing may not be an Olympic, it doesn't matter. How we do it. I didn't see so many people jumping in joy in Olympic. So, this whole effort is to bring back rural societies to a different level of enthusiasm and spirit, because there was a time in this civilization, there was a time 365 days of the year was a festival, every day. Just look back and see in the Panchangam, every day is a festival. Because of poverty, because of so many problems that the country went through, we reduced it to 135, 40 festivals in the year. But because of, they made us like this, that they gave us Sunday holiday. So we can't celebrate on the Paurnami, we can't do worship on Amavasya. So we lost another 25, only 8 to 10 festivals are left. Is it enough that your life is a celebration for 8 days in a year? Hello? No! You're a horrible creature if you're celebratory only 8 days in a year. So the civilization realized that and made everything into a celebration. That is, for rural life I'm saying, if you're plowing the land, for that there was a song and dance. If you're weeding the land, there is a song and dance. If you're seeding the land, there is a song and dance. Harvesting, there is a song and dance. For everything, different kinds of music, different kinds of art forms. And with this, the country produced the most incredible variety of musical range. Nowhere, just nowhere, I've looked at this in great depth, nowhere on the planet does anybody have the variety of musical range and vocal variations that we have created in this country. All this is rooted in 365 days being celebration. See, right now, it's only once a year, Gramotsavam, dinga 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 dinga, they're doing. But suppose every day there is a Gramotsavam, these guys have to perk up. They can't be beating the same drum every day. That's what happened to this culture, because every day is a celebration. Today you sang this, tomorrow you can't be singing the same thing. You have to come up with a new thing and a new thing. The way the art and music evolved because of the celebratory nature, and the way human beings burst forth with enthusiasm and the spirit of being involved was such that it was a great phenomena by itself because of that level of enthusiasm. Human brain evolved in mathematics, in astronomy, in spiritual process, in business, in everything. This land thrived to a point where for over 1500 to 2000 years, the most dominant economic force was this land. They were not just always dancing and singing. It's time we revive this. This is not just about Bharat. It's not just about one nation. It is important, it happens to humanity that people rise in a joyful celebration with everything. Because the Western nations, particularly that part of the West which has been a serious influence on the world, the Europeans have become so dead serious. Hello? I'm sorry, I'm not… So serious that though for 200, 300 years, however they did it, they had the most affluent existence. But the most miserable people are there. I'm not saying this with any prejudice. When I travel outside, everything is better than how it is in rural India. Almost everything. Food, housing, furniture, transportation, everything is better, which is needed for human societies. But after 2-3 months of travel, when I come back to India, I suddenly see starved-out faces far more joyful than well-fed faces. Let's make sure the joy remains, and we must make sure our youth are better fed for the next generation and they have better opportunities than what we had. And as I said earlier, real progress just means this: the next generation must do better than us. Let's make it happen. Thank you very much. A bit different beat now. It's a new celebration.